Hi, everybody. Welcome to our 4:30 beginners class online. So I'm just going to give everybody a minute to get in the door. If you want to say hi and type a comment in there, just like we would normally, say hello to each other and ask how each other's doing, that would be great. You could also like the video so that I know that you are here. That would be wonderful. And so, we're going through some very interesting times right now, and we're experiencing something that we've never experienced before in the history of our lives. And I'm sure that my great-great-grandparents maybe experienced this, but I'm here to tell you that we're all going to be okay. We are resilient human beings, especially those of us that have a regular yoga practice and are eating healthy and practicing mindfulness. So we're all going to be just fine. It's just a little strange right now for many of us because we've never had to self-isolate or be quarantined or practice social distancing. And, I firmly believe that it's in some ways a coming home to the self and kind of coming back down into our roots. That doesn't take away from the fact that I miss you and I wish that we could all be doing this together. I certainly do miss you and wish that we could all be doing this together. And it is not the most ideal situation. No, we don't have the same group energy, and I don't get to touch you, and I can't see you in this particular platform. But it is accessible. YouTube is very accessible for most people. They can tune in and take a yoga class. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you have blocks, then that's great. If you don't have blocks at home, you can use a stack of books or a couple of cans of soup. And that's fine if you don't need them. Some people don't need them. And then there's also, I'm going to be using a blanket to sit on, which makes things more comfortable for me and helps me to come deeper into certain poses. And then you can see in the back here, I have my red bolster, my long red bolster, and I'll use that for deep relaxation. So let's go ahead and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. And have your legs folded neatly, one in front of the other. Try to refrain from tucking the ankles under. Try to have the feet folded in front. You can see that just like at home and at the studio, I have my indoor shoes on. So because of my foot injury. So we're going to go ahead and nuzzle down those sits bones and engage the navel. And roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And turn the palms up, bringing the thumb and pointer finger pads together to touch. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, by all means, you can go ahead and use your blocks or put a couple of couch pillows underneath your knees to help you be more comfortable. And we'll begin some long, deep breathing, Dirga Swasana breath. So closing the eyes, if you haven't already, exhaling through the nose. Inhaling through the nose, filling the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest. And exhaling through the nose, relaxing the upper chest, ribs, and belly. Inhaling through the nose, filling the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest. And exhaling through the nose, relaxing the upper chest, the ribs, and the belly. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, feeling that you're sitting taller as you inhale. And exhaling, feeling the shoulders relax, the hips relax, the legs relax. Inhaling, lengthening the spine once again, sitting tall and proud and open And exhaling, relaxing, trusting the ground that you sit on, letting go. And continue those long, deep breaths mindfully, slowly, and consciously. For the next few minutes, let's just let all the rest of the world fall away and bring into our awareness only the breath only. Drinking the breath in deeply, smoothly, and letting the body relax and come to here-ness a little bit more on every exhale. And the next time you exhale, we'll come into Butterfly Mudra, crossing the wrist, hooking the thumbs, and bringing the heels of the hands to the heart. Tuning into your heart space. Let's begin to set our intention for today's practice. Visualizing yourself surrounded and protected. Feeling that every cell of your being is radiantly healthy. Beautiful, healing, luminous light, blessing every cell of your being from the inside out. And you're so filled with light and health and radiance that you are shining. Feel this radiant health, this love and protective energy filling the room that you're in. Filling your entire home, so that now your home is like a glowing sun of radiant health, perfect peace, and positive energy. And sending that radiant health, that perfect peace and positive energy out into the world so that it envelopes Earth, all of its people, all of Mother Earth's animals and plant beings, waters and air. Feel the core of the earth emanating light from the inside out. And let us chant our 3-part Om. Ah, O, Um. Exhale. Inhale. Ah, Om. Ah, Om. Ah, Om. Wonderful. And you can gently open your eyes. We're going to take a moment to look at our ankle, notice which one is in front, and then go ahead and lengthen out the legs, shake it out. And we're going to, you can just set your leg aside for a moment. We're going to do just a short stretch here. You can fix my mat. Okay. So So we're going to bend the knees and have the feet fist distance apart. Have the hands down by the sides with the fingers pointing forward, fingers pointing towards the feet, palms down. Tighten the buttocks and the belly and lift the hips up. Press the hips up, tighten the buttocks and belly again, and make sure you have no pinching in your lower back. Try to keep the knees over the ankles. And if you want to, you can open your throat. If that doesn't feel okay for your neck, then please don't do that. I don't want you hurting your neck here, but if you can get a stretch through the throat, go ahead and do so. And squeeze the buttocks, push up some more, and then go ahead and lower down. Good. And go ahead and straighten out the legs, shake it out, and let's cross the legs so that the opposite ankle is in front. And we're going to sit on the edge of the blanket. And let's reach that left arm up and plant the right hand down by the side and take a deep breath in. And exhale, side bend to the right and start to push the left hip down and the left ribs upward. And let the head drop. Push your arms away from one another. And engage the navel. Come on up. Plant that left hand and raise the right hand. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, slide that hand out and side bend to the left. Keep the shoulders and the hips facing forward. Try to avoid rolling forward. Okay. Push that right hip down and push the right ribs up. Let the head drop and push the hands in the direction they're moving. Nice side bend here. And then engage the navel and come on up. Inhale the shoulders to the ears. And exhale, let go. So we're going to do some Kapalabhati breath. There are 3 poses that I'm ensuring, 4 poses, ensuring that every class does this week. Kapalabhati breath, it's not really a pose, it's a breathing practice. Bridge pose, some kind of inversion like shoulder stand, legs up the wall, and fish to boost our immunity. And the 5th being deep relaxation, all really important. So let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. So just a little refresher, Kapalabhati breath. The breath is coming out of the nose only. It looks and sounds like this. The belly is flapping. The breath is coming out of the nose. And you can, if you'd like, you can have your hands on your belly, or you can just rest them by your sides on your lap. So let's exhale. Inhale, little sip, and begin on my 3rd exhale. Exhale completely, and inhale deeply and deliberately. Exhale slowly with control, keeping your awareness within. And let the breath be natural. Let the breath naturally find its own rhythm. Now remember, as we're doing this practice, we are not sipping the breath in. Naturally, gravitational force will rush in. We are only interested in the exhale. So you will not hyperventilate, just trust the process. And we'll go for a 2nd round, a little longer this time. Exhale. Inhale, little sip. Begin on my 3rd. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply and deliciously. And exhale slowly with control, letting go, letting go, letting go. Let that breath be natural. Feel the subtle energy within. So Kapalabhati breath, otherwise known as skull shining breath, is wonderful for cleaning out the lungs and the sinuses. It's wonderful for eliminating headaches and cleaning out any kind of toxins that you may have been exposed to in your environment. So we're going to do one last round and then pause in silence for a few moments. So you might like to bring your hands into Chin Mudra with the thumb and pointer finger pads touching. Make sure your navel's engaged or high and your sits bone spine long, heart open, chin level with the floor. And we'll exhale through the nose. Inhale, little sip, and begin. On my third. Exhale completely and inhale delectably. Deepest breath you've taken so far. And keep your eyes closed. Keep your awareness within as you slowly exhale. And see if you can sense the energy between your fingertips, the energy in your palms. Perhaps the energy through your whole being. You are alive. Feel your aliveness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace to you. Okay, we're going to stand up and do some sun salutations. So you can clear your mat. And I'm going to bring my blocks with me. Let's see. Just noticed there's a tilt in the camera. I think you can still see me though. You can see me pretty good. Okay. So we're going to do some sun salutations. We're going to start in Tadasana with the feet fist distance apart. Oh wait, you can't see my head. I don't know how that got moved. I'm going to slide this over. Okay. Let's see. My couch got, there we go. Slide the couch over. Oh, there's my dog, Maitri. Okay, here we go. Feet fist distance apart. And grounding down through all four corners of the feet. Tighten the hips, tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. You can't see my head. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Bring your palms together. Hook the thumbs and reach the arms up. Arch back. Exhale, fold from your hips. Line your fingers up next to your toes. If that doesn't work for you, feel free to use your blocks on high, on medium, or on low. And I'll demonstrate the first one with the blocks. We'll step the left foot back and bring the left knee to the ground. Sink the hips and draw the chest forward. And if you're using blocks, you're going to bring your right knee back. If not, just stay there and lunge for another breath. Come off your blocks. Don't move them too far away because we'll come back to them. Spread your fingers out wide. Curl the toes under. Pick up the belly muscles. Lift the hips up. And press the buttocks back. Press the chest back. Broaden the collarbones. Press the hands forward and push the heels down towards the floor. And then come down to your knees. We're going to come into 8-limb pose. So keep your 2 feet, your 2 knees, and your 2 hands on the floor. Those are the 6 limbs. We're going to come into 8 limbs now. The eighth limb, the 7th and 8th limb is your chest and your chin. So you shift your weight forward, pull those belly muscles back. Keep the hips up, keep the elbows up, bring the chest and chin to the ground. And then reach the legs back, pubic bone to the ground, reach the toes back, and pull your chest forward and up. Shoulders down and back. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up, and lengthen the spine. Now, if you don't use blocks, then you can stay here for another breath in our inverted V pose. However, if you do use the blocks, I'm going to give you a little extra time to come back into that lunge by cueing you to bring your knees down, and then bring your hands to your blocks. And now step your left foot forward between your blocks and sink your hips, draw your chest forward. Bring your right foot forward, forward fold, relax the head. And now hook your thumbs, reach your arms up, tighten your hips, tighten your buttocks and your belly, lift your chest. Don't take any pressure in your lower back. And exhale, hands to the heart. Good, take a breath. And let go. Great. I'm going to demonstrate the next round again with the blocks. So I need to move that back again so you can see me. Okay, here we go. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly, hook the thumbs, reach up, arch back. And exhale, fold from your hips. Line your fingers up next to your toes. Draw the crown of the head towards the floor. And again, if you use blocks, I'll demonstrate one more time with them. You're going to step your right foot back this time and bring the right knee to the ground. Sink the hips and draw the chest forward, shoulders down. Hips and shoulders facing forward. Now, again, if you don't use the blocks, stay here for another breath and lunge. If you are using the blocks, bring your left knee back, come off of your blocks, and now everybody will step back into downward facing dog, curling the toes under, lifting the hips up, broaden the collarbones, pick up the belly muscles, and lengthen the waist. Push the thighs back, push the heels down. Come down to your knees. Coming back into that 8 limb pose. So 2 feet, 2 knees, 2 hands are on the floor. Engage the navel, shift the shoulders beyond the wrist. Lift the hips, keep them up. Bend the elbows back. Don't bend them out. That will make you lose strength. Bend them back, chest and chin to the floor. Reach the legs back, peel the heart off the floor, shoulders drawn back, push your chest forward. Curl the toes under, exhale, lift the waist. Press the buttocks back, broaden your shoulders. Imagine you're tearing the mat in longer in front of you and behind you by pushing your hands and feet away from the center of your body. And then if you use blocks, you are going to bring your knees down, bring your hands back to your blocks. And now everyone will step the right foot forward, sink the hips and draw the chest forward. Curl the back toes under, step forward into your forward fold. Relax your head, relax your arms, push down through your feet, press your thighs back. Squeeze your belly muscles, hook your thumbs, reach up and arch back. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Very good. Okay, we're going to do 2 more rounds. I'm going to demonstrate without the blocks this time. So let's go ahead and exhale. Hands to the heart. Tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly. Hook the thumbs, reach the arms up. Lift the chest, and then fold from your hips. Line your fingers up next to your toes or put your hands on blocks. Step the left foot back now and bring the left knee to the ground. Sink the hips and draw the chest forward. Push the buttocks down. Now, again, if you guys are on blocks, you're going to come off your blocks and start to make your way back into downward dog. And everyone step that right foot back, lift the hips up, and lengthen the spine. Pull the belly muscles back and push the chest back towards the toes. Broaden the shoulders away from the ears. Press down through the roots of your fingers where the fingers enter the palm. Engage the belly muscles. Bring the knees, chest, and chin to the floor into Ashtangasana, 8-limb pose. Reach the legs back, pubic bone and tops of the feet to the floor, and slide the chest forward. Don't take any pressure in your lower back. Don't come up any higher than is safe. Pull the shoulders back. And exhale, curl the toes under. Lift the hips up. Lengthen the waist. Broaden the collarbones. And imagine I'm pulling your hips back behind you. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Bring the right knee down. Sink the hips, and let's take a breath or two here to open up those hips. A lot of us have been doing way too much sitting because of all the recent changes that we've been dealing with in our society. So we could use a few extra breaths in the hips here. And then let's step that right foot forward and forward fold. Relax the head, engage the navel, hook the thumbs, reach up and arch back. And exhale, hands to the heart. One more round. Exhale, inhale, hook the thumbs, tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, push down through the feet, down through the head. Inhale, right foot steps back, right knee to the ground, lift the chest. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of a change here. Press your right hand down and lift your left arm up and reach your arms away from one another while you're still pushing down for that left hip. And then bring that left hand down, step the left foot back into downward facing dog. Knees, chest, and chin to the floor. Shoot the legs back. Inhale, chin, neck, and chest up. Exhale, curl the toes under. Lengthen the waist. Push the hands forward. Drag the heels back. Pick up the belly muscles and plant your buttocks to the wall behind you. And now step your right foot forward. Left knee on the ground. Sink the hips. Draw the chest forward. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths before we come into that twist. Because again, I want you to open up your hips. Oh, it feels heavenly. I've been online a lot these past few days, making sure everybody knows about what's going on, the changes that we're needing to make with the studio so we can still be of service. And it's definitely caused me to do more sitting than I like to. Okay, let's plant that left hand now, either onto a block or the mat, and reach the right arm up. Keep pushing that right hip down and reaching the arms away from one another. And then bring that hand down and step your rear foot forward. And let's bring the hands to the thighs, flat back. So pick up those belly muscles, push the buttocks back, broaden the collarbones, and exhale, fold. Maybe hold the back of the legs and draw your head down and forward. And then hook the thumbs, reach up. Tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly, no pressure in the lower back. Unlock the knees, push the chest up away from the feet. And exhale, hands to the heart. All right, excellent work. Very good. So we're going to open up our chest a little bit. I want you to interlace your fingers behind your back and straighten your arms the best you can. If you are not able to reach your hands, then you can use a strap, or you could also hold a wrist here. So just do the best you can to start opening up the chest. Have your feet about mat width apart or shoulder distance apart, depending on your comfort level. We're going to start to fold here in a moment. But before we fold, I want you to tighten the buttocks, tighten the belly, and begin to lift the chest, lift the arms up as well. Unlock the knees, fold from the hips, and reach your crown of your head towards the floor. Push to all four corners of your feet. Lift your hips, lift your sits bones, drop your head, and push your hands up. Move your shoulders away from your ears. Take a few breaths here. And then release the hands, and we're going to come down to all fours. Okay. So we're going to do a forearm plank this afternoon. So I want you to come down to your, towards the front of your mat and come onto your forearms. Hold your elbows. Make sure your elbows are directly under your shoulders. Okay. Don't have them wider. But if you really wrap your palms around your elbows, you're going to have a much better measurement here. And then bring your palms together into prayer pose, or you can interlace the fingers, but I prefer the prayer pose. And then keep your shoulders stacked over the elbows. Don't let them move. Pick up those belly muscles and flatten the lower back. Push the buttocks back. We're going to come in very mindfully. So start to walk the knees back without letting the elbows move without letting the shoulders move behind the elbows. And then keep pulling the belly muscles back, the tailbone reaching back. You're going to walk those knees back until you feel the belly muscles gripping. And for many of you, especially if you have a back injury, this is going to be just perfect, just right for you. You can feel your belly muscles working. If you want a little more, you're going to curl the toes under, grip those belly muscles even more powerfully, and lift the knees. Push the tailbone back towards the heels, draw the chest forward, look straight down between your wrist, and breathe. Anytime you need to, you can come to your knees. And come to your knees, come down to your belly, separate your arms and legs, turn your cheek to one side, and take a long, deep breath in and out and relax. Feel the whole body resting, releasing, relaxing on the floor. You might feel your heart beating, your abdominal aorta pulsing. And let's turn the head in the opposite direction to allow for a nice even neck stretch. From here, zip the legs together. Bring the forehead to the floor. And bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, straighten the arms. Once again, if that doesn't work for you, you can use a strap, or you could hold one wrist and do the best you can. And we're going to reach the legs back long, lift the legs up off the ground. Try to keep the big toes touching. Try to get the thighs up off the ground as well, pushing the thighs away from the buttocks. And draw the nose to neck and chest forward. Reach the knuckles back, pull the shoulders back, draw the chest forward, lengthen the back of the neck, and take some long, deep breaths here in Purvanauasana, downward facing bow. So we're massaging the abdomen. We're strengthening our back muscles. Keep breathing. Tighten the buttocks again, lengthen the legs and lift them up a little higher. And inhale, come up, 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 up. And exhale, release. Separate the legs, the arms, turn the cheek to one side. Take a deep breath in. And let everything relax, release, and let go. And feel the spanda, that eternal pulse, that internal pulse of the universe. Feel that internal pulse of the universe inside you in the form of your belly beating or heart beating. And then let's bring the hands next to the shoulders, forehead to the floor. Pick up your belly muscles, bring your big toes together, widen your knees, and press your hips back towards your heels into Balasana. Now, most important to get those hips back towards the heels. If your forehead doesn't naturally touch the floor, you could stack your fist or your hands. You could also use a block underneath your head here. However, if your forehead naturally touches the floor and your hips aren't lifting up, then this is perfect for you. Nice long deep breaths here. Breathe into the lower back. See if you can sense the lower back actually widening with your inhales and relaxing on your exhales. And let's engage the navel and come on up. And we can sit on the edge of our blanket. If you have issues with your knees or you have very tight hips, you might like to use a block for this next pose. So sit on the edge of your blanket. Sits bones high. I like to move my loveliness back. So move that back if you got it. So you're truly sitting on your sits bones, not your tailbone. Let me just show you what I mean by that. A lot of people are confused by that. So when you're sitting on your sits bones, you're very high, but tailbone sitting looks like this. Okay, you're sitting on your spine rather than sitting on the pelvic floor, the bones of the pelvis. Okay, so try to find that. And then we'll keep the right leg extended and hug the left knee. Sit up tall. And turn the left foot out. Your left foot pressing into the right thigh. The right heel in alignment with the hip, the center of the hip socket. Okay. And if your knee is way up in the air, you can go ahead and put a block underneath your knee. If you don't need it, no big deal. Okay. And let's engage the navel. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then lead with the chest, fold from the hips. And you're going to bring your hands to whatever you touch. Maybe your shin, maybe your ankle, maybe your toes. And then once you find whatever you can reach, take another deep breath in, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, relax the head. And we'll focus on taking long, luxurious breaths into the back body. Keep your head relaxed. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep the facial muscles relaxed. This is Janu Shirsasana, the single-legged forward fold. We're going to take one more breath here. Maybe lengthen the spine a little. And on your exhale, see if you can draw yourself down a little closer towards your leg with an out strain. And engage the navel. Let the thumbs reach up. And exhale out and down. Lengthen out your left leg. You might notice your right leg is a little longer than the left. We're going to even that out now by hugging the right knee and sitting up tall. And opening the knee. Right foot is inside the left thigh. Once again, you could put a block underneath that right knee if that serves you. Left heel in alignment with the left hip socket. Hips and shoulders facing forward. Navel engaged. Inhale, reach the arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold from your hips. Lead with your chest. Again, you're going to reach whatever you can touch. Shin, ankle, foot. Try to keep your shoulders equal. And lengthen the spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold back down. Relax your head, unclench your jaw, and practice long, conscious breathing here. So, Janu Shirsasana, the single-legged forward fold, helps to
do two things for us. First, it helps on the front side of the body. We're squeezing the colon, which helps us to have better nutrient absorption, which increases our health and thus our immunity. And it also focuses on strengthening and balancing out the nervous system. We're getting a nice stretch here through the central nervous system. And so that's nice to allow the spine to round here, allow the head to relax. But you don't want to initiate from rounding the spine. You always want to initiate from the folded hips. Okay, we're almost done here. So take another deep breath in and exhale, fold down. Take a few more breaths. And let's engage the navel, hook the thumbs, and come on up. Separate the arms out and extend the legs. Take a breath and let go. Okay, we're going to do a little something to release the hips. So you can set that blanket aside for a moment. And we're going to bend the knees, placing the feet on the floor. Don't have them too far, too close to one another. And place the right ankle on the left thigh, flex the foot. And we're going to push into the hands and use some of the skill we used from the first pose we did. We're going to pick up the buttocks and now slide the buttocks forward and sit up. You can walk the hands forward and keep the foot flexed. And we're focusing on opening up the quads and the hips here. So breathe deep into your hips and buttocks. Do your best to sit up as tall as you can. The more you sit up, the deeper you'll feel the pose. Great. And then let's go ahead and walk the hands back. Engage the navel, engage the buttocks. Pick the buttocks up, slide it back out. And bring your right foot to meet your left. Bring your left ankle to the right thigh. Flex the foot. Sit up tall. Engage your belly muscles. Engage your buttocks. Use the arm strength to pick up and slide the buttocks as close to the right heel as you can. And walk your hands forward. Good. This is just a variation of pigeon pose. Keep long, deep breathing here. Keep your shoulders open. Try not to collapse in your shoulders. Keep your chest lifted. You're doing great. And then let's go ahead and walk the hands back. Pull the buttocks and muscles up and in the belly and reach back. Good. Go ahead and lengthen out the legs. Shake it out. And we're going to go ahead now and turn around and lay on our back. Bring the knees into your chest. Hold your shins or your wrist. And we're going to rock the knees from left to right, slowly massaging the lower back. Good. Place the feet on the floor. Have the feet fist distance apart and the hands down by the sides. Pull the shoulder blades under. Center your head. Careful not to turn your head here because you could injure your neck as we come into the next pose. Exhale. Push your lower back to the floor. Engage your belly. Engage your buttocks and lift your hips up. Keep lengthening your spine. Keep shooting the spine through your shins. If you'd like, you could interlace your fingers and roll to your right shoulder, pull your left shoulder under, roll to your left shoulder, pull your right shoulder under, pull the shoulder blades together, push down through the feet, pick up the buttocks, and push the hips, the belly, the chest up. Keep that lower back long. Try not to let the knees splay out like mine just did. And connect with your breath. Awareness is at the thyroid gland here. In Satubhadasana, we're squeezing the thyroid gland, squeezing out the toxins, which will help improve immunity. Tighten the buttocks, push the hips up, and plant the hands. Glide the hips forward, lengthen out the legs, and relax the arms, palms up. Take a breath. Release, relax. Let everything go limp. Zip the legs together. Turn the palms down next to the thighs. Bring the thumb and pointer finger pads together, not together, but underneath your thighs. Bring your head center, engage your navel, and sit up halfway with your balancing on your elbows. Look down at your toes. Now thrust your chest forward, open your throat, and place the back or the top of the head on the floor. I'm kind of, ideally you want to be on the fontanelle, which is the little baby soft spot, but that's a little too much for me, so I'm closer towards the back of my head. You don't want to put your forehead on the floor. That can really injure your neck. You don't want to pinch any of your cervical vertebra. So keep your neck long even though it's open. And smile big and feel a nice stretch through the front of your throat here. Also functioning, focusing on the health of the thyroid gland. We squeezed it in the bridge pose. Now we're stretching it in fish pose. And then push into the elbows, look down at the toes, lengthen the spine, and lower down. Separate the arms and legs. Turn the palms up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, relax, and let go. And just notice how that pose feels inside your body. Beautiful. So next we're going to do, we're going to do Viparita Karani. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can do this. If you have a bolster or a couple of blocks or anything else that you might be able to use to get underneath your hips, I'll show you this, what I'd like you to do, and then I'll give you some options if you don't have those options at home. So you're going to bend your knees, lift your hips, and bring the blocks together. So they'll look like this underneath you. Bring them together side by side. The crease of the blocks is under the center of your sacrum. You want to make sure that this is not on your spine, but on your sacrum, okay? Which is the back of your pelvis, right? And then your legs you're going to start to raise your one knee. Make sure you have no pinching. If you have no pinching, raise the other, and then raise both of your legs up. You can have your arms by your sides or up over your head. And if you can't do that for any reason, I'll show you other options. So if you are there already, go ahead and stay there. We're going to be there for a bit. The other option is to, if you have a couch or a bed nearby, you can just swing your legs up over your couch and relax like this. You still get the benefits of the legs being raised. You could even go to a wall or a closet or your bedroom door and raise your legs up like so. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my preferred pose. And once you get settled, just begin long, deep breathing. This pose is called Viparita Karani, inverted lake pose. And so the idea is that we have an internal lake and we're tipping that internal lake upside down. So all the bodily fluids, the lymph, the blood, and so on begin to have the opportunity to flow in the opposite direction. And when we work with the lymph, we are working with the immune system. So the cleaner the lymph is, the more resilient we are. This also helps to induce a state of relaxation. When you're in the pose, your toes might start to tingle. That's okay. The tingling will stop when we come out of the pose. Just allow it to happen and continue to breathe luxuriously in the pose. Let yourself receive this healing. No, lay down. From here, we're going to go ahead and begin to bend our knees. Place the feet on the floor and separate the legs. If you were on a wall, you might like to just roll onto one side for a moment and rest. And then I'll turn around and show you a different version of how to come into different angle of how to come into fish pose. So again, you're going to bring your legs together and the thumb and pointer finger pads are underneath the thighs. Push into the elbows, sit up halfway, lift your chest, open your throat, and place the top of your head on the floor and smile. Nice deep breaths here. Area of awareness is again on the thyroid gland. And then push on the elbows, engage the navel, lift up, look down at your toes, and then place your lower, your middle, then your upper back on the floor. Separate your arms and legs, turn your palms up, take a deep breath in. And exhale, relax, and let go. And keep your arms nice and wide now. Bring your knees back up to your chest. Hold your knees, rock your knees gently from side to side. And then reach your arms out to the sides again and bring your knees all the way over to the left. You could put a block underneath your knees or between your knees if that serves you. Otherwise, if you want to come deeper, bring your left hand to your top thigh. Turn your belly, chest, and shoulders to the right. And practice long, deep breathing here. This is Jatara Pavariti, supine spinal twist. Apologize for the dogs barking. Quiet. Quiet. Come down. And then inhale, bring your knees center. And bring your knees all the way to the right. And again, you could put blocks underneath or between your knees. And if you want, you could bring your right hand to your top thigh and turn your belly, chest, and shoulders to the left. Allow your eyes to close and practice long, deep breathing once again. And inhale, bring your knees center. Hold your shins or interlace your fingers or hold your wrists. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, draw your nose towards your knees. Hold the breath out for as long as you can. And then inhale, bring your head to the floor. Lower your feet. Separate your arms and legs. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let everything relax and let go. And from here, just scan your body. Notice what you need for your body for deep relaxation. I'm going to sit up and start getting my area ready. But you might find that you don't need anything, or you might want to put a pillow underneath your head or cover up with a blanket. I'm actually going to put a blanket under my head. And if you don't have a bolster at home, you could use a couple of cushions, bed pillow cushions or whatnot. I'm going to set us up with some music. Okay. Keep in mind that your body temperature may cool. You might want to cover yourself up. We're going to have a nice long relaxation today. Set the timer. So make any final adjustments that you might need to make. And then go ahead and take a long, deep breath in. Hold the breath. Take another sip in and hold. And another sip in and hold. And exhale, let go. Become aware of your feet and your legs. And notice how the feet and legs feel more relaxed. Become aware of the hips and the buttocks. And notice the pelvic floor. And feel the hips and the buttocks and the pelvic floor relaxing. Bring your awareness to the back and the spine. And begin to feel the back and the spine sinking even closer towards the earth. Bring your awareness to the belly, the chest, and the shoulders. And feel the belly, chest, and shoulders relaxing. Bring the awareness down your arms, your hands, your fingers, and palms. And feel them experiencing complete surrender, serenity as they rest upon the floor. Open. Bring the awareness to the neck and throat. Feel the relaxation within this space. Feel the facial muscles from the inside out and give them full permission to be at ease, no longer needing to have any certain facial expression. Feel this relaxation even in the skin and the hair. Feel the relaxation. Allow a warm wave of relaxation to come upon your entire body. Let every cell of your being relax. Don't try to relax. Let go of even trying to relax and just let the relaxation happen. Notice how the body effortlessly breathes when the body is open and relaxed. Remember, there's no need to try to make the body breathe. It happens automatically on your behalf. If you were needed to remember to breathe, none of us would ever be able to sleep. We would all be too worried that we might forget to breathe. So just let yourself breathe naturally, effortlessly, freely. Breathe free. And also allow your mind to relax. There's no place else you need to go. There's no thing that you need to do right now. There's no person or personality you need to be. Just be free. Just rest inside yourself. Just feel your sweet, beautiful existence. Just simply exist right now. Feel your aliveness.
Without changing a thing, just become aware of how you're feeling. And begin to gently roll to one side. Take a moment to connect with something you're grateful for. I'm grateful for you for taking this time to practice self-care today. Gradually begin to press yourself up. Sit on your blanket or your bolster or your pillow. Wiggle those sits bones down. Engage the navel. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let go. Sweep the arms out and up. Inhale, bring the palms together. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Cross your wrist, cross your thumbs, and place the heel of your hands at your heart. Close your eyes. And once again, take a moment to visualize the core of your being in radiant health. And you're filled with beautiful peace and love and protective light. So much so that it spills out your pores and lights you up like the sun herself. See that beautiful radiance filling the room you're in, touching everything and everyone and every living plant or animal in it. Feeling your home, your sun. Your home is radiant like the sun or like a star, shining. Pure health, beautiful peace, and absolute protection. And wrap that radiance around the planet, deep into her waters, into the skies, all people, all plants, all animals, all our loved ones. And we'll chant our peace sloka 3 times today, once for ourselves, once for all our loved ones, including our yoga family, all those we are not able to be with, and once for the planet and everyone on it, for our health and for our prosperity. So Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times together. Exhale. Inhale. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Namaste. The divine within me honors the divine within you and knows that we are one. Thank you so much for joining me online today. I decided today that I will be online until April 1st. So I'll be sending out an email about that tomorrow. That's why you haven't gotten that in there. So in light of the governor's decision. So all of our classes will be online until April 1st. And of course, we will continue to communicate via emails and surveys and phone calls and text messages. Feel free to reach out to me. It's important that we stay connected. Thank you so much for those of you that are paying clients of mine. And I do know that some people are accessing this that have not been paid, and you have reached out to me and asked how you can pay me. You can go to our website, theyogalily.com/shop, and select a donation there, and you can send me a donation. And I will also post that in the links below. So without further ado, have a beautiful night. Stay healthy and radiant, and know that I love you. Namaste. Oh, and please like, comment, subscribe, and share.